after.
Alex, when you turn around this way so I see your screen.
Towards you?
Yeah.
To my left? Uh-oh. She's here.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is it as big as you thought it was going to be?
Oh my gosh. It's so poofy. I should have known. It looks great.
Thanks.
I was getting ready and everything. Good?
Stressful.
Stressful? Well, you look great. So, you decided?
Yeah.
Look at this. You want to do vows? That's when we're going to cry.
No, I know. Yeah. Let's do them.
Okay.
Oh, really?
We're crying.
Okay.
Ready?
Sure. just hold one hand.
Well, we got to be holding hands when we do it. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Mallory.
So you can't cry already. You just said my name.
Do you remember what I said to you when I proposed?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. No, that's okay. I probably like half mumbled because of how nervous I was, but what I intended to say was, I don't know what our futures are going to hold, but I know that I wanted to be with you.
Got it, babe.
Now here we are a little over 2 years later, and you're about to be my wife. So there's a major theme I've noticed in my life, and it's chasing this sense of belonging. Being introverted is just always harder for me to connect with people. And I didn't always feel like I belonged. But when I met you and started to spend more quality time together, it wasn't hard. It wasn't stressful. I didn't feel like I had to be anybody to impress you.
Great.
I was just being myself. Now, over 6 years into this relationship, we've grown so much. We've learned so much about each other and built a beautiful life together. I just truly can't imagine doing it with anyone else. Mallory, I love you for too many reasons to list, but here are a few. I love you for accepting me for just the way that I am. I love you for helping me slow down in life and taking an off day every once in a while when I need it. I love you for supporting me in all my endeavors. I love you for always making me feel at home no matter where we are. And lastly, I love you for being my motivation to continue to better myself. So I'll wrap this up with some promises to you. I promise to be there for you no matter what. You're my best friend, and I always want to be there to celebrate and care for you and always make you feel it safe and at home. This relationship is my first priority in everything I do. I promise to communicate with you about everything. I'll always be open and honest about everything going on in my life and do so in a loving and respectful way. And lastly, I promise to help you achieve everything you want in life. I'm your biggest supporter and always want what's best for you. So I'm going to repeat this again. Hopefully it's a bit more clear this time. But Mallory, I don't know what our futures are going to hold, but I know that I want it to be with you. I love you very much, and I can't wait to call you my wife.
Did it?
How we do?
So you could just rub it all over your eyes. I got a dab. Okay. You ready?
Ready? Let me get this flattened down. There we go.
Can you hold? Alex?
Yes.
I'm so excited to be standing here with you today. It took a lot of effort and some light stalking on my part for us to get here in the first place, but I can very confidently say that it was worth it. As I think back to the beginning of our relationship, there wasn't just one moment where I knew that we were going to last, but hundreds of little moments that made me sure that you were the one. Like when you hugged me, I felt safe and loved like I was home. Or the first time you got me presents, and I knew you were thinking of me when you were out with friends. You came by to drop them off, and I danced around the room after you left because I was so excited. But I was always that excited to see you and to spend time with you. Moving through our relationship, I noticed so many things about you that made me love you even more. It continuously amazes me how natural it is for you to make sure everyone around you is taken care of and how much joy you get from that happiness. I love how much of you put into everything you do. That with each new endeavor, you dedicate as much time and effort as you can. I love how much you appreciate my current hobbies and interests, but push me to try new things because you know how much I enjoy adding to that list of hobbies. I love that instead of finishing each other's sentences, we just end up saying exactly the same thing at the same time. And we're always amazed when it happens anyways. I love how when you comment about how spoiled I am, you know that you're the reason behind it. And you'll keep doing whatever it is that you're doing because you know that it makes me happy. You brought and you continue to bring so much joy into my life. And I hope that I can bring the same amount into yours. And as we move forward with the rest of our lives together, I promise to keep trying new things with you while enjoying everything that we already do together. I promise to always support you and be there for you however you need me. I promise to continue to show you how much you mean to me. You are an amazing partner and friend, and you will make a fantastic husband. I love you.
You too.
I'm not going to squish my face because I don't want to get makeup on it. I did.
No, it's okay.
It's fine. We'll fix it later.
Please rise for the bride. Please be seated. All right. A quick reminder that this is an unplugged ceremony, meaning absolutely no cell phones. Mallory and Alex have paid professionals to take photos and videos, so you can just sit back, relax, and really absorb this beautiful ceremony. Keep all phones and cameras put away to avoid ruining the photos and videos they paid for. All right, welcome family and friends. For those of you who know me, I promise this is not a prank and I did not steal the microphone from the real officiant so I could practice stand-up comedy for a captive audience. I really am marrying these two amazing people. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Troy. I go by many names. You could call me Troy, T-Roy, that one guy that married Mallory and Alex. You could call me whatever you want as long as you call me to dinner. Okay, well, if you want more jokes like that and more, please see me at the reception. Jokes aside, we are here today to witness and celebrate the marriage of two of the world's best people, Mallory and Alex. Before we really dive into things, I want everyone to just take a moment, and I hope none of you are lactose intolerant because this is about to be really cheesy. And I just want you all to take a deep breath and really absorb the moment. This is such an important day, and there may never be another occasion where all of these people are gathered in the same place at the same time, celebrating such a monumentous occasion. This day will go by too quickly, and I just want to give everybody a second to really enjoy it before it's a fond memory we look back for years to come. Now we're going to have a reading from Mallory's Uncle Brian.
I've got to remind my mom, my sister, my daughter not to cry because it's going to make me cry, and I don't need any help because I probably will anyway, so I apologize for that. I've called Mallory, Mallaroo, or Roo for as long as I can remember. When Roo was born, her nursery was Winnie the Pooh themed, and we shared that special bond because when I was little, I had a Winnie the Pooh bear that went with me everywhere. So many lessons can be learned from Pooh. And maybe the words mean more to the parents than the children listening. After all, at bedtime, the children just probably want to hear their parents read to them longer so they don't have to go right to sleep. As we get older and wiser about the world we live in, childhood simplicity, we trade childhood simplicity for knowledge and facts that many of us wish we could go back to sometimes. But today, I want to remind everybody that there's some simplicities that we should never trade. Many of these reminders are brought to us through quotes of A.A. Milne and readings from the Book of Pooh that Alex and Mallory have picked out for us. Some people care too much. I think it's called love. I mean, that's why we're here today. The love to celebrate them both. I mean, how do you spell love? Piglet asked Pooh. You don't spell it, you feel it. Pooh responded. Sorry. And on this celebration, or day of celebration of their love, I want to make sure we remind ourselves any day spent with you is my favorite day. So today is my new favorite day. And the final quote is my personal favorites. I'll try to get through that, but and I'm glad they included this one. It's a reminder for so many of us, no matter where we are in life. I can't. Getting old. If there's ever a tomorrow where we're not together, there's something that you must always remember. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, if we're ever apart, I will always be with you. So Mallory, Alex, I love you both, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of your special day. I'm truly honored you asked me to do this.
Thank you so much. Let's take another minute right there. Oh, yeah. Well, I was also honored when Mallory and Alex asked me to officiate their wedding. It truly means the world to me that the two of you would want me to be a part of your special day. If you are here today, that means Mallory and Alex care about you, and you have also played an important role in their lives, which means you have seen how perfect they are together, as have I. I have the pleasure of getting to know and watch Mallory and Alex grow from a budding relationship into a family with their two furry children, from their very first apartment with Bo to their first house with Bo and Bean. Now we all get to be together today to watch them proclaim their love for each other. And now we have a reading from Alex's Uncle Scott.
That's true.
First of all, I want to say thank you both for giving me the honor of reading this passage that you selected. Also, thank you for giving me the easier one to read other than Uncle Brian. So, hard act to follow there, Uncle Brian. This is From Beginning to End by Robert Fulghum. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you've been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car, or over a meal, or during long walks, all those sentences that began with, when we were married, and continued, I will, and you will, and we will. Those late night talks that included someday, and somehow, and maybe. And all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things we promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher. You have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Thank you so much. Mallory and Alex have prepared their own vows and will now read them.
Yeah, that's a good call. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Mallory, do you remember what I said to you when I proposed?
No, I think I blacked out.
If not, that's okay. I'm sure I half bubbled because of how nervous I was. But what I intended to say was, I don't know what our futures are going to hold, but I want it to be with you. Now here we are a little over 2 years later, and you're about to become my wife. And there's a major theme I've noticed in my life, and it's chasing this sense of belonging. Being introverted, it's always just harder for me to connect with people, and I didn't always feel like I belonged. But when I met you and started to spend more time together, it wasn't hard, it wasn't stressful. I didn't feel like I had to be anybody to impress you. I was just being myself. Now, over 6 years into this relationship, we've grown so much together. We've learned so much about each other and built a beautiful life together. I truly can't imagine doing life with anyone else. Mallory, I love you for too many reasons to list, but here are a few. I love you for accepting me for the way that I am. I love you for helping me slow down in life and take an off day when I need one. I love you for supporting me in all my endeavors. I love you for always making me feel at home no matter where we are. And lastly, I love you for being my motivation to continue to better myself. wrap this up with 3 promises to you. I promise to be there for you no matter what. You are my best friend, and I always want to be there to celebrate and care for you, and always make you feel safe and at home. This relationship is my first priority in everything I do. I promise to communicate with you about everything. I will always be open and honest about everything I'm going through in life, and do so in a loving and respectful way. And lastly, I promise to help you achieve anything you want in life. I'm your biggest supporter and will always want what is best for you. So I'm gonna try to repeat this again, and hopefully it's a bit more clear this time. Mallory, I don't know what our futures are gonna hold, but I want it to be with you. I love you very much, and I can't wait for you to be my wife.
Okay. And now Mallory will read.
Give you a second.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm so excited to be standing here with you today. It took a lot of effort and some light stalking on my part for us to get here in the first place, but I can very confidently say that it was worth it. As I think back to the beginning of our relationship, there wasn't just one moment where I knew that we were going to last, but hundreds of little moments that made me sure that you were the one. Like when you hugged me, I felt safe and loved, like I was home. Or the first time you got me presents, and I knew you were thinking of me when you were out with friends. You came by to drop them off, and I danced around the room after you left because I was so excited. And I was always that excited to see you and to spend time with you. Moving through our relationship, I noticed so many things about you that made me love you even more. It continuously amazes me how natural it is for you to make sure everyone around you is taken care of and how much joy you get from their happiness. I love how much of you put into everything you do, that with each new endeavor you dedicate as much time and effort as you can. I love how much you appreciate my current hobbies and interests, but you push me to try new things because you know how much I enjoy adding to that list of hobbies. I love that instead of finishing each other's sentences, we just end up saying exactly the same thing at the same time. And we're somehow always amazed when it does happen, even though it happens all the time. I love how when you comment about how spoiled I am, you know that you're the reason behind it. So you'll keep doing whatever it is that you're doing because you know that it makes me happy. You brought and continue to bring so much joy into my life, and I hope I can bring the same amount into yours. And as we move forward with the rest of our lives together, I promise to keep trying new things with you while enjoying everything that we already do together. I promise to always support you and to be there for you however you need me. I promise to continue to show you how much you mean to me. You are an amazing partner and friend, and you will make a fantastic husband. I love you.
Good? Hard part's over.
All right. Please pass forward the rings. Before we get to this, real quick, before you take the rings. Alex,
Yeah,
do you take Mallory to be your wife? If so, say I do.
I do.
Mallory, do you take Alex to be your husband? If so, say I do.
I do.
All right. Alex, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of our love and commitment
as a sign of our love and commitment
to each other.
to each other.
I promise to support you,
I promise to support you,
care for you,
care for you,
and stand alongside you
and stand alongside you
for all of our days.
for all of our days.
Too many pages.
Sure, hand the mic back to us.
Mallory, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of our love and commitment
as a sign of our love and commitment
to each other.
to each other.
I promise to support you,
I promise to support you,
care for you,
care for you,
and stand alongside you
and stand alongside you
for all of our days.
for all of our days.
I didn't hear this story firsthand, but Alex was once talking to my beautiful wife about Mallory, and he said, I knew from the first time I kissed Mallory that I wanted to kiss her forever. Well, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now have your first kiss of forever.
Quiet. Give it up, sound perfect. Yeah, until the end.
Yeah. Ready? Should we walk slow too?
On your door, wishing I could write my name on it. Will you call when you're back at school? I remember thinking I had you, but I can see it's lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August sipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. Back when we were still changing for the better, wanting was enough. For me it was enough.
Okay, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be bringing your wedding party now. If you could turn your attention to the back of the room, they're going to make their way through up to the front. We've got the ladies up first tonight. We're splitting them up. Up first, we've got your starting maid of honor. She's height at 5'1" before back surgery. She's 5'3" after. She baked the wedding cake. Her name is Adrienne Weininger. She's also your maid of honor, one of the two. Your second maid of honor tonight, they call her the super fast girl. She's the 2023 OAC high jump champion, Lindsay Weininger. The next bridesmaid tonight is the champion of the bridal shower game. She's the wife of the officiant, and she was cheated out of first place in the 3rd grade spelling bee. Her name is Hannah Jordan. Up next for your bridesmaids, we've got her under the nickname of The Real Peyton Real. She can run a 12-minute mile, and she's about to run into this room. Up next, we got the ex-Kroger e-commerce trainer. She's wearing a balloon so we don't lose her. Her name is Stella DeWitt. Your final bridesmaid tonight, they call her Mama Longlegs. She's delivered over 750 babies to date. Her name is Megan Rue. And tonight for the gentlemen, up first, we have one of the best men. He's a physicist extraordinaire and the smartest person here tonight, possibly. His name is Mad Cibula. Up next, I don't know if this one's right. We've got a starting right tackle tonight. He's actually your other best man. He is the NAIA All-American, Zach Cibula. This next crewman has a familiar nickname. They call him the real Joe Rio. He's got a white belt in jiu-jitsu, so stay away from him tonight. Up next for the groomsmen, the best shooter in ONU history, former referee heckler turned to certified referee, Joey Diorio. Your next groomsman and a point guard, the second best shooter in ONU history, sorry. He does taxes for the bride and groom. His name is Nate Berger. Up next, we have a man who's ripped his pants at 3 weddings so far, and he might be going for 4. His name is Grant Pepper. We've got the big man in the middle, co-builder of the best beer pong table in the universe, Max Harnett. All right, everybody, I think we're ready for our bride and groom tonight. If you can put your hands together for the second time tonight, Mallory Weininger and Alex Stibula.
Father groom, and this is my lovely wife Jill. Looks like $1 million tonight. She got way better applause than I did. I just want to welcome you all here tonight. Gosh, I'm still kind of getting over the vows, right? Oh my gosh, I thought I was sweating a lot, but I cried about a pint down there. So. All I can say is Jill and I got married 30 years ago, and many of you are here in the room that were at our wedding, and it means so much to have you and this entire crowd to be part of this great celebration of their lives together. We can't be thankful enough. So with that, all I'd say is please raise your glasses. To Alex and Mallory, love you both very much.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Weininger, and I'm Mallory's father. I'm very pleased to see so many family members and friends here on this most special day. I've been afforded many special days in my life, thanks to Mallory. On her birthday, I experienced a whole new emotion, tears of joy. I'd never felt anything like that before. I recall pretty much losing control. I was trying to run one of those gigantic VHS camcorders, the kind with the viewfinder and you hold on your shoulder, and I was just bawling a river. It was hard to see through the tears. It must have been a pretty comical sight. Special ball games, special swim meets, special track meets, so many family events and holidays, and most certainly I'm very proud of the special graduations. I'm so proud of all of her outstanding accomplishments. Now she and Alex will continue building special moments like that, moments that will belong to them as husband and wife. I'm truly happy for them. I'm happy with them. I'm sure they share my joy on this wonderful day. Thank you, everyone, for celebrating with us. Enjoy this reception this evening. Finally, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Alex and Mallory Stibula.
All right, everybody, if we could have your attention to the front of the king's table here next to the bride and groom, we're going to have a speech from the best man and the maid of honor.
All right. Oh gosh. All right. So this is gonna be a little bit short. I'm sure you're all going to appreciate that. I originally wrote this thinking that Zach here would be speaking as well, since he's also a best man.
But honestly, Alex, do you really need to? I mean, look at him. He's big enough to be two people on his own. Like all siblings, we tease each other a lot. But really, that wasn't always the case. Being the oldest, Alex, you're really the cool one, and you can't really make fun of the cool kid, right? But really, now I know the truth. You're actually kind of a big nerd. So, well, tonight right now I'm trying to make up for all that teasing that I didn't get to do it for you. Yeah, you had a lot of that swag immunity as a kid. You know, speaking of, do you remember swag bucks? Yeah, those cool coupons you got. You'd spend multiple hours a week, like playing games or filling out surveys, which I'm sure didn't come back to bite us at all. No, telemarketers and all that. Pretty much doing any other random things to get these swag bucks. You could turn those into like gift cards, right? I think you got like a robotic dinosaur doing that, right? Is that what you got that from? Yeah. You're also like really into Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Pokemon card game. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we never played that right as kids, but we still had fun. Even like in video games, you'd beat me all the time. Really pretty much anything that we did. Not physically, just in the sport or in the game. Heck, you'd be even been finishing games while I was just struggling to do the tutorials. Heck, you even got this Zelda guidebook, I know, to beat that game. You're very dedicated. I'm calling you a nerd for liking all these things, but really I'm calling myself a nerd. My competitiveness really drove me to be better than you at pretty much anything, and it could never be sports. He's always been taller than me and stronger than me. So it really had to be one of these nerdier hobbies, and I really have you to thank for that, because card games and video games are still my biggest hobbies to this day. Gosh, and when we were in school, everyone loved you, teachers, students, parents, coaches, and it honestly made things a lot easier for me. It was super comforting to know that no matter what situation, people always knew knew who I was, and were always very pleasant to me because you were such a positive force. It's even continued into college. Heck, even so, the physics majors knew who you were. Not a lie. It was also so nice having you there as a safety net and occasional plug, Even when we were 3 hours from home, that was really nice. And as we all know, in college, that's when we met Mallory. I never really known you as a romantic person. You must have been very private with your relationships. So it was honestly quite a shock to hear that you were dating anyone. And this was the first relationship that I'd heard about from you. So I was honestly pretty pessimistic about the whole thing. And, I really, really got that one wrong, didn't I, Mom? I can't remember if we had a bet, but I'd happily pay up. And gosh, as I've gotten to know her more, I realized that you two really are perfect for each other. You're both outwardly really cool people, but you're both pretty secretly nerds. So yeah, right. Not so much a secret. She's a wonderful person, and I'm immensely happy to call her my sister-in-law. Even before the wedding, I considered her family like she's a sister from another mister, but that doesn't quite sound right. And honestly, this whole wedding has made me think about family a lot. When does someone really become family? When you vacation together, when you visit for holidays, engagement, wedding. Surely tonight, the government knows, and I'm really I know that Nate's really happy about that for tax purposes. But really, I think Mallory became family when Grandpa put her on his email list, which is a fate worse than death. So, cheers to you two.
Oh.
All right, everybody, give it up for the best man.
Okay.
As expected, up next we have the maid of honor.
Okay, hi everyone, and welcome. I'm Adrian, Mallory's little sister and co-maid of honor, but really first maid of honor, best maid of honor. My co-maid of honor, Lindsay's only jobs were to one, build the arbor, and she did that very successfully. And and number two is to not puke in the woods tonight, so we'll see if that one happens. So I first met Alex when I was a sophomore in high school. I went to Ohio Northern for the weekend to visit Mallory, and he was the one who would let me into her dorm. But what really stood out to me was that the next morning he took us out to breakfast and he paid for it. I was very impressed. The breakfast started a long-standing tradition of Alex paying for my meals. Because I pulled the I am the poor high school, college, and now med student, and I will continue this for a long time. I was so excited when they moved on to Columbus and then to Westerville because they lived literally a mile from my college. I regularly would just show up at their place and have lunch hangs with Bo and eat Chipotle with Alex, and he wouldn't finish his entire bowl before I had taken like 5 bites. So like that was fine, whatever. But now they're homeowners, and I think they might have honestly moved to Pickerington just so I can't show up at their house uninvited all the time. But I spent the last 6.5 years getting closer to Alex and his whole family. I even went to his college graduation and not Mallory's. In my defense, I was in Italy for Mallory's, but that's a different story. The entire Civila family has opened Mallory, but like an extension, Lindsay and I and my whole family with very open arms. Mallory started going to their family events, and that quickly morphed into Mallory, Lindsay, and me all showing up to their house for Christmas. I think the guys in the house were a little overwhelmed by the 3 of us together, but all of us girls, including Jill, had the time of our lives. I clearly saw where Alex got his generous nature from, and I love that I was getting to be able to be a part of this family too. I think the best thing that Alex has ever done was when I was the only one in our group to get pre-sale access to Taylor Swift. But I had class that whole day and couldn't be the one to buy them, so he literally rearranged his entire workday to buy us tickets. And then this man didn't even attend the concert of the century. He actually then offered to drive all 6 of us to Pittsburgh. So he drove us the 3.5 hours to the concert, slept in the car, waited while we all attended, and then drove us all back that night. And brought Taco Bell for us to eat in the car. But now we're all going again in 2024. Okay, you can tell I'm very excited and I can't wait to go with him. But honestly, this is just a perfect example of how selfless of a person Alex is. He doesn't hesitate to help anyone he can, and he will do anything for the people he loves. And I'm so happy that my sister is going to be his wife and will get to experience the best that Alex has to offer. I know that she will have a partner who will do anything in his power to support and encourage her while giving her endless love and appreciation. So I've known Mallory all 23 years of my life, and man, what a time it has been.
Some of my favorite memories were when we had snow days and she would scream literal murder at us while we played Super Mario Brothers. I'm sure our neighbors and honestly our dad were quite confused when we would yell out sacrifice on a random Wednesday morning. But I loved it and it was fantastic. Mallory and I would pick on Lindsay pretty often Mallory would pick on Lindsay and I pretty often since she was the eldest. She was often immune from all of that. However, I think Lindsay and I made up for it when Mallory had her freshman homecoming. Mallory wore a purple and zebra print dress and for some crazy reason had her dinner date come to our house. And Lindsay and I farted throughout the entire dinner. And I don't think Mallory ever wanted to get rid of us more. But she stuck with that, and thankfully Lindsay and I have grown out of that now. But really, I'm so proud of my sister for everything she has accomplished in life. I remember when her run professor said that she should add a physics minor because she was literally doing so well in the classes. Matt, she did turn that one down. But she's super competitive and seems to be naturally good at almost anything she chooses to do. It's a little intimidating, honestly. But I love that she can do anything she sets her mind to. When we were planning this wedding, she kept on saying, oh, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And she literally did it all. But I can come to Mallory with any craft, life problem, or complaint, and she will just figure it out. She'll take on any project and have an unwavering belief in herself that is inspiring to watch. She doesn't get intimidated. In fact, she prefers that people kind of like have a little fear of her. And I know that she will do anything for me and I'll do anything for her, like bake an entire wedding cake. But it's amazing to watch her grow as a person while being with Alex. I've been with them for every step of their relationship, even going on their anniversary trip with them. But Mallory and Alex are legitimately my favorite couple in the entire world. They lift each other up and blend in a perfect amount of compliments and roast into their relationship. And I'm so excited for them to be married and start this next chapter together. I love you so much, Mallory. You're the best big sister I could have ever asked for. Alex, I love you too, and I'm so glad I can officially call you my sibs. Cheers.
All right.
And then I love you so much.
All right, one more round of applause for the maid of honor. Okay, and speaking of the cake that she...
We're ready.
We are ready. Kiss. Kiss.
And I know it's true that visions are seldom all they seem. But if I know you
Give it up for the bride and groom. Give it up for the bride and her dad.
And
All right, everybody, give it up for the groom and his mom. All right, at this point.